Hi, and welcome to this short video showing how to complete the Umoja Campus Program's plans in the NOVA system. Now, if you're new to NOVA, this is NOVA. NOVA is a grant management platform owned and funded by the Chancellor's Office. There are a lot of programs currently in NOVA, and a lot of people around the state use it. This is the first year Umoja is in NOVA, and so let's back out a little bit and talk about the first thing is how to get into NOVA. Now, if you don't have an account, you can request access using this link down here. Also, if you ever need anything, the NOVA Help Desk is always an option. This submit support request will allow you to send a ticket in if you have any technical issues or problems with getting an account or setting up your account or accessing your plans. So that's the basics. Now let's talk about using the link that the Chancellor's Office provided with this program, with the announcement. This link should only be used by whoever is going to be the lead for this program in NOVA, at least, who's going to be doing the NOVA work for your college. And that's because it's kind of like a shortcut. So let's go ahead and click the link and I'll show you. If you don't have an email account yet, or sorry, if you don't have a NOVA account yet, you can just input your information here. The system will send you a confirmation email as soon as you put in your password. You will have a NOVA account. The process takes about 3 or 4 minutes. If you already have an account, which I do, you can click down here, log in the normal way. But either way, whether you have a new account or an old one, it'll take you to this page. And this is just another shortcut that the link gives us. One thing to keep in mind is that NOVA is generally transparent for all users, but in order to actually do anything in the system, like make edits or submit, you have to have the proper roles. And so what this is doing is it's asking me which college I'm with. Let's say I'm with Laney College, submit. And what I just did was I just gave my account, the one that I signed in with, the one that clicked that link, access to Laney College's plan down here. So I'm going to find Laney College, and if I click through to the Contacts tab, you'll see, oh hey look, it's my account, set up as the project lead contact. And that's going to give me access and the ability to fill this out and submit it. It's important because otherwise, if I didn't do that step and I was just a normal NOVA user, I wouldn't even see this workflow on the side because I would have no ability to edit or submit this. So that link's pretty important. But now that we're in NOVA, let's talk about how to actually fill out this workflow. NOVA is built on a lot of workflows. So to orient you to this page, first things first, guidance text is very important. There's guidance text on every page. This is descriptions. It's helpful information. Please review it. Another thing to point out is the error stepper up here in the right-hand corner. This shows you what's left to do on that page. This page, for instance, has 2 boxes to click, assurances. So we're going to go ahead and click those, and you can see the incomplete just became completed over here, and the error stepper went away. That's all the details page. Contacts page. Descriptions up here, a little bit of what the different contacts do. It talks about the 3 roles that generally complete and fill out these work plans and fiscal reports. But let's talk about them down here. So you've got your project lead contact. That's who is automatically assigned using that link, and that's the person that is generally going to be responsible with completing and submitting at least this plan. They also have the ability as a project lead contact to complete and submit any fiscal reports that are done, expenditure reports, another word for them. The institution project fiscal reporter is half of that. They don't have any role in the planning part, but they do have the ability to complete and submit fiscal reports. So does the project lead contact. Sometimes this is the same person. Sometimes this is somebody specifically from the budget office, depending on the program and the college. These 2 roles down here are a little bit different. The plan approver role and the fiscal report approver role. These are both local approvers. That means somebody from the college or district in some cases that is going to approve both the plan, in the case of plan approver, which the plan is what we're looking at here, and the fiscal report, which is over here in fiscal reporting, which comes later. They are the person from the college that approves either of these. The plan approver sometimes is the CSSO, the director, generally somebody with the ability to say, this is our budget, this is the work plan, this is what we're submitting, we're signing off on it. And the fiscal report approver is usually somebody, CBO, or somebody from the budget office that says, yep, these are the expenditures, and after the project lead or institution fiscal reporter submits the fiscal reports, the fiscal report approver, along with someone from the chancellor's office, will go in and approve them. So these people fill out and submit things. These people are at your college. They are the final approval from the college, just to sign off before the chancellor's office reviews and approves things on their end. So, for the sake of this, I'm going to just make all of these people myself. This is not necessarily what we recommend. It is, a shortcut that I'm doing for a demo. Usually you have different people in these roles. All right, now I have all 4 roles, and I set myself 4 emails. As you can see, this section is now done. Let's go down to budget. So what we've got here is we've got 3 years, because that's what the budget is for this. I believe the initial allocation will be increased later. So this is just budgeting the initial allocation of $50,000 up here. You can see that the summary up here says what the allocation amount, how much we budgeted, currently 0, indirect is calculated. One of the things is you don't actually have to, is that Nova does budgets by year, but you don't have to budget in a year in particular. You can spend all the money in this one or this one if you'd like. But first things first, again, guidance text is important on top of every page. Please read that. The budget narrative is just a narrative, high-level description, what you're doing with the money. And then the way we build out budgets in Nova is by year and by item. So we click this new budget item for 22-23, let's say. And let's say we are salaries. Please provide more description than this. I am phoning it in. And let's say we're going to spend $25,000 on salaries in 22-23, and then supplies and materials, computers. I have no idea. Again, please put more description than this. And now we spent $30,000, and let's say we're going to spend another $20,000 in 23-24. One thing we can do to make it a little bit easier if you're doing the same thing between years is use this copy from previous year button. That goes ahead and duplicates what we had in 22-23 into 23-24. Just a little time saving. Of course, we'll need to reduce the amount because now we're over budget. But either way, now we've set up our budget. You could continue doing that. If you want to decrement it more, of course, you could make smaller items. You could add more items, put more in different years. But as you see, we've now spent our money. We put something into the budget narrative section, and this portion is now done. The last section here, and the largest, is this work plan information section. Now, again, make sure you read the helper text up here. It's pretty important. And then let's go through and look at the work plan. A lot of these are narrative responses. So we're going to go ahead and respond to this one. Description of statement of work, the campus program. Pretty simple up here. Question 2 down here, and this is a group of questions. This is the work plan portion. Title and description for Objective 1. Activities for Objective 1. Outcomes for Objective 1. estimated funding for Objective 1, goals in line with Objective 1, and then we do Objective 2, the same thing. You can see a pattern here. I want to say there's, how many of these? 8? 9? 10. Yep. So 10 objectives in total, and once you've filled out your objectives, the activities, and outcomes for all of them, go ahead, or actually, I believe, let's check up in the guidance text. Haha! That's what I thought. This is why it's important to read the guidance text. Each college must have a minimum of 5 objectives and can have up to 10 objectives. So we just looked through and saw that there's space for 10 objectives. Objectives, activities, outcomes. There's 10 blocks you can fill out. Read this, and it says that if you only use a few of them, just use NA or 0 on the rest. So let's say we had, we filled out the first 6 or 7, we did NA on the last 3. The last couple of questions on this list, down here, after we get through the work plan portion, and we've done NA and 0s on the ones we didn't use, which I won't do right now. This is the grant agreement signatory information, so we're going to go ahead and have you fill out these, as well as these other questions, or sorry, there's a couple of tables to fill out with some information on contact numbers and reviewer information, then some other information about your program. And then once all of this is done, the error step will go away, the incomplete will go away, it will say completed. And the last thing to do is go up here on the preview and submit page and hit submit. If I do this now, it's going to tell me I can't because I didn't fill out the work plan information page. Also, I'm not going to do it because we're currently in production. I normally don't like to submit actual plans for colleges in production. So that's where I end this tour. Laney College would just need to complete the work plan information and hit submit up here, and then they would be done. Of course, once they did hit submit, the plan approver that we identified in the contact section would have to come in and approve. They'd be getting an email to tell them so. And once they approve, the chancellor's office approves. And at that point, this plan is what's called certified. It's done, and you can move on to working on the program and then reporting what you did in fiscal reporting, which comes next. Thank you very much. Oh, and one more thing. Remember, of course, if you have questions, if you have technical issues, go ahead and hit submit support request. And this takes you to our help desk page. So that's how to get help if you have questions, or you can talk to your program lead if you have programmatic questions. All right, thanks so much.